Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you that are new here, hey, my name is Tenna and welcome to my circus. Yes, my name is Tenna, it's not Tina, from what some of you guys may be thinking, it's Tenna. I'm actually from Iceland, so that's where my name comes from. If you actually go to Iceland, my name's pretty common there, but like everywhere else, everybody's like, oh, it's so unique. Anyways, not what the video is about. So, I got my hands on the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill The Vault. We have found the vault, and we're gonna use her today, and I'm excited about it. I'm a little bit late to the game. I know there's a million other people that have, reviewed this, have gone over this, done all these things, but I haven't yet, so I'm gonna be doing that for you today. So if you wanna stick around, take a look at the vault with me, and then we're gonna pick out a palette that we're gonna use on the eyes, see if they really fixed this formula that's been just so controversial since it's dropped, all that stuff, see if it's actually a really good product. I'm curious because I was in love with the first Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm very, very curious about the vault, and I want to know if the formula is any good. So if this is something that you're interested in seeing, then go ahead and stick around. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the circus today and be a part of my carny crew. Yes, y'all are my little carnies. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the video. Alright, so basically I showed you guys what it looks like already. So basically this is the Vault collection. It comes in this nice shiny white box. It's got her logo. Whoa, shit, throwing things. Oh my god, if I broke this, I'm gonna be really sad about it. It's good, we're good, we're good. Nothing's broken. Ooh, okay. So, disclaimer, don't flail your Vault around because they will fly out. So anyways, this is what she looks like. She's nice and cute and pretty and shiny and all the good things. Then you can see all of the different palettes that are in here, and we've got a nice little ribbon pull out here that will help us pull all of the palettes out of the box here. So we are gonna go ahead and go through and just kind of take a look at each one of these. I'll swatch a couple of them for you so you can kind of see what the formula looks like. I'm not a huge fan of finger swatches just because I feel like things are better judged when you put them on your eyes, not necessarily swatched on your hands. I've played with palettes that swatch horribly on the hand and look good on the eyes, and I've played with palettes that swatch well with the finger and look horrible. So we're gonna go ahead and play with some of these. So basically we got this cute little ribbon thing, which I thought was kind of cool, so you can pull them out. It's kind of like, when you would get those like book sets. So let's go ahead and pull them out. You get 4 palettes in this guy. So this guy retails for $49, which I think is an incredibly good price for 4 different eyeshadow palettes. You can, however, buy each one of these individually. If you're only interested in one palette and do not want all 4, they each run for $15. So obviously buying them together in a vault, you're going to save more money. I think that you get like maybe 10-15 bucks savings or something like that. You're essentially getting a palette for free if you're gonna buy all 4 of them together instead of them each individually. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. The first one up, which I think is kind of cool, if you actually take a look at the front of the palette on these, they have different color little speckles on them that kind of correlates with the story inside each one of the palettes. So this one right here is the Dark Magic palette, which has like the nice little like blue mixed in with the silver sparkles and stuff like that on it. And basically it is a dark palette, and they each of course come with the little plastic things, and they come with a mirror. So basically this is what the Dark Magic palette looks like. It's very pretty. It's very, very dark. So this is gonna definitely be like a deep, dark, smoky eye kind of look that we have going on here. Let's go ahead and swatch a couple of these. I'm gonna go into this color Potion right here, which is this nice olive green. They feel extremely buttery from what I can feel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice little swatchy poo for you guys right here. I'm gonna do a 1-finger swipe. So basically that is what it is looking like right there. And it looks okay. I mean, it's not like the most pigmented swatch in the world, but it doesn't seem like patchy. It just looks like it's not like the most pigmented thing I've ever seen. Let's go ahead and dip into this color Busted, this blue color here. Yeah, these feel very, very buttery inside of the palette for sure. Basically that is what that one looks like. So again, so they're swatching pretty decently. I've seen more pigmented palettes, like I will be honest, but I'm not gonna knock it, like I said, until I put this stuff on my eyes. And then I'm gonna go in with this color Power Cut right here, which is this nice, kind of a glittery, like graphite kind of a color. So let's test that one out right here, which that one swatches beautifully. I feel like the shimmers always swatch really good regardless of the quality of the palette. Like I said, I'm only gonna swatch a few out of each palette because Lord, we would be here all day if I swatched every single palette that is in this box. So basically, again, that is what the Dark Magic palette looks like. It's very beautiful. You've got some very deep dark blues, some deep dark greens, and then you've got a couple nude transition shades in there, and then of course some shimmers to play with, but this is definitely your deep, dark, smoky eye kind of moment that you have to work with here. Alright, so next up we have the Armed and Gorgeous palette, which it is very much gorgeous. This color scheme is definitely speaking to me and I think it's beautiful. So basically this is what it looks like right here. We've got this really cool green shade here. We've got a bunch of like oranges and like reds and golds and this really cool icy white shimmer in here. I'm definitely intrigued by this palette and I'm definitely feel like I'm leaning towards this one, but we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and swatch a couple of these. Let's go ahead and try this color right here, Smooth Criminal, which is this nice kind of deep chestnutty color. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that with my finger. Again, one swipe swatching, which that one actually swatched very, very nicely. I feel like this green and this blue looked a little patchy, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and swipe this green color, Top Secret, actually next to the green that we did from the last palette. So I'm gonna do it right on top of it here. So interestingly enough, it looks like the same damn green almost. Like I don't really see much of a difference between the two. So like if I pop them next to each other, that's interesting. So look, if you look at Top Secret and Potion, it's literally like the same damn green. Am I wrong? We getting duped? We getting duped? Because this, I'm pretty sure this is the same damn green. Or at least, and if it isn't, it's too close. Like Jaclyn, you should have known putting these two greens next to each other that this was a little too close to the same damn color. Huh, interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the color Coin, which is this very shimmery gold color right here. This one feels a little bit more like gritty, but that's because probably the shimmer that is in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and swipe that one here, which that one is very pigmented, very gold. You can definitely see that one. And then I really wanna swatch this VIP color just because I'm kind of a stickler for the white shimmery shades because sometimes they look awful. So, you know, not saying that this one's gonna look awful, I'm just kind of curious about it. Let's go ahead and swipe that one right underneath. Which that one actually is probably the most pigmented out of all the ones I've swiped. So that is actually a very pretty shimmery white color. All right, next one up is the Bling Boss Palette, which is, this color scheme, you guys, is just to die for. I might use this one today. Look at it. So I am like a burgundy whore. Like anything that is burgundy, that like raspberry red, rose gold shimmers, I am like these are beautiful. Look at this. I might actually play with this palette today. Granted, it is summer and I don't think we're ready for the berries and the dark berry smoky eyes, but I really don't care. We might play with this palette. Let me go ahead and swatch a couple of these. I'm gonna go into the color Mystic, which is this deep kind of plum color. I'm gonna go ahead and swipe that with my finger and swatch that right here, which that one swatches pretty damn good. Let's go into this color Gem. I'm very intrigued by this color Gem. It is like this bright kind of purpley blue color. It's like an electric purple. It's very, very unique color. Let's go ahead and go into this one. This one doesn't feel as buttery as the other shades that I've played with, but it does pick up pretty well on the finger. Oh my god. Ooh. Look at that. It's so pretty. Holy shit, it's really pretty. I don't even know how I would use that color, but I want to. I will say though, I feel like that purple color stands out a little bit in there. I feel like it doesn't necessarily like go with the rest of the palette. It's not as cohesive, but it is a beautiful color on its own. The next one in here, let's go ahead and try out the color Sparks, which is this nice little red color. It's kind of like a deep burgundy red color. Let's go ahead and swatch it down here. Which again, it's swatching like the rest of these up here. So like, you know, I've seen like more pigmented swatches, but it's nothing, you know, I'm not gasping for air over it. I feel like the glitters are definitely swatching a little bit better. Let's go into the color Bling Bling right here, which is a beautiful kind of a rose gold color. Let's go ahead and swatch it down here which again, that one swatches pretty damn good. Beautiful rose gold. Let's go ahead and go into the last palette, and then we will go ahead and create an eye look using one of these. Don't worry, I will do a few videos featuring each one of these palettes for you guys so you can see how they work. Unfortunately, I only have 2 eyeballs and we have 4 palettes, and it's really hard for me to try to use all 4 palettes at once unless I'm gonna sit here and continue to wipe my makeup off, but like, girl, ain't nobody got time for that, so we won't be doing that. The last one is the Ring the Alarm palette, which this one is your basic everyday warm nude. Like, this screams fall. Like, this is probably gonna be my fall go-to depending on how these perform. Definitely into this. I am in love with this kind of like hazelnut color. It's gonna be such a beautiful soft transition shade. Let's go ahead and swatch a few of these. This one feels extremely buttery. Let's go ahead and take that. I'm gonna go ahead and start swiping them up here. So here's this one, which that one swatches pretty damn good. Let's go into this color right here, Bomb Ass, which is this shimmery kind of a crimson red color. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's go ahead and swatch that one there. Wow, look at that. Okay, so these are swatching pretty damn good, you guys. Let's go into the color Framed right here, this purple. Go ahead and swatch it right here next to it. Nice. So, my thoughts based off of the swatches alone, yes, they swatch pretty damn good. I do think that these greens here and the blue out of the Dark Magic palette swatched a little bit patchy. However, all the rest of the palettes look to be swatching pretty okay. The shimmers are swatching like a dream. So I'm gonna go ahead, wipe these off of my arm really quick, but just one final look. Here's the little close-up on all of the swatches before I wipe everything off. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab one of these palettes and create an eye look. All right, happy to report that the swatches wipe off just fine, so we have nothing left behind, no staining. So let's go ahead and zoom in on my eyes. Like I said, I am very much intrigued by the Bling Boss. I'm very much intrigued by the Bling Boss palette, so I believe this is the one that we're going to be using today. We're going to be going into these berries and these rose golds and all that stuff and try to create something really cool. I'm excited to use this palette. It is beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on my eyes, and let's go ahead and create this look. Alright, so we're all zoomed in and up close and personal with my face now. Let's go ahead and start off with a nice transition shade. Not entirely sure what I want to do yet, but I'm sure that we will figure this out as we go. Figure out, you know, what I'm feeling. But I'm gonna go ahead first and go into this color Hush Hush, which is this nice little, it's kind of like a cool toned taupey type of color. Kind of like it's a lavender taupe. It's kind of interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my brush, dip into here. There's no fallout, but the brush is definitely picking up the pigment. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that and dust it into my crease and just kind of soften everything up. So as you can see, it's coming out to be this nice kind of cool tone, kind of a lavender gray color. Everything seems to be blending out just fine. I'm not finding it to be patchy, anything like that. So no issues with the formula as of yet. Well, not yet. I really am hoping to not have any issues with these palettes, just because I really do like Jaclyn Hill, and her last palette was really great. So, you know, I just kind of expect for these to be just as great, if not better. All right, next I wanna go into the color Sparks. We're just gonna go straight up dark. So this red color right here, I do kind of wish, now that I'm sitting here, I feel like it goes just from like very light to just like bam, super dark. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit more of like a, you know, maybe like a light plum. Is that a thing? Can you make like a light plum? Is that purple? I don't know, but I just kind of wish that there was like a matte kind of shade that was a little bit lighter to kind of help with these. Otherwise, we're just going straight into the dark. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Morphe M576 brush. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the color Sparks. So let's go ahead and dip on into there. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just tuck it really nicely into the crease. Just kind of making this a little bit more red instead of gray. So again, these seem to be blending out just fine. I'm mixing the red kind of into that grayish purple color just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. I kind of wanted it to still be cool tone, but a little bit red in there. But these seem to be blending together just fine. It's not looking muddy or anything like that. which is great. I'm gonna go ahead and take a clean blending brush and just go ahead and kind of diffuse the edges here, get rid of any harshness. Just sit here and blend basically until your arm falls off. Alright, so now that we have this all blended out, I think that I want to do a halo eye. I have not done one of those in a while, so I'm gonna halo eye it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a nice, condensed blending brush, one that's a little bit more tapered. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M330 brush, which is a nice blending brush. It's nice and tapered at the end, how I need it. I'm actually gonna go into the color right here. It is in the color Rockstar, which is this deep purple. I'm gonna go ahead and use that to create my halo. So I'm gonna stick it on my outer lid, or not my outer lid, but the outer corner of my eye, my inner corner, and just right into the crease, leaving the center of my eye right here blank. So basically I'm gonna go in with just kind of patting motions just to kind of build up this color. And I'm gonna take a little bit of Rockstar on one side of the brush, just one side. So you put it down flat on one side so there's no product on the other. I'm gonna take it, flip it upwards, and then go ahead and just kind of tuck it really high up here into this crease. Again, taking a big blending brush and just kind of going in and just kind of diffusing the edges here. Getting rid of any harsh lines because this is such a dark color. You don't want any like harsh like going on. Alright, so we've gone ahead and kind of carved out our halo eye just a bit. I am going to go in with a concealer. You can use any concealer, your favorite concealer for this. I actually go in with the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the color Painterly. So I'm going to use this to go ahead and carve out my eyes. So basically when you carve out your eyes to do a any type of crease cut or halo eye or anything like that, you want to take a nice, very flat, small detail like concealer brush, and you're going to use that. I'm just going to go ahead and dip right on into this, and then you're just going to use your best with a steady hand to just kind of go ahead and carve out the center. Alright, so we got our halo kind of cut out. I know it looks a little bit crazy right now. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of that Rockstar color on that same small blending brush, and I'm just going to kind of go in right here and just kind of tap in and just kind of diffuse the edges just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice flat brush to pack on some shadow. We're gonna go ahead and pack on the color Bling Bling, which is this beautiful rose gold color. I wanna try it dry with a brush first, and then I'll try to pack it on wet if that is not working for me. Swipe it on. So it's not going on very well dry. Let me try it with a finger really quick and see if that makes a difference. Huge difference. So huge difference putting it on with a finger. Alright, now I'm going to go in, try to get rid of a little bit of the harshness that's created here by the halo. So I'm going to go in with an even smaller blending brush. I'm actually going to go back into that color Sparks, that red one, and try to kind of create like a little bit of a gradient between the dark and the light. Alright, that is what the eyes are looking like right about now. It's kind of looking like this shiny purple diamond moment. So let me go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and go along the bottom lash line here. I'm going to go in with a very, very small brush. I'm going to go in with the color Rockstar. I'm going to take that and just kind of drag it along that lower lash line. Go ahead and take a blending brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and diffuse this out. Alright, I do want to take a little bit of eyeliner and line the bottom lash line and then just kind of diffuse that into the purple. Take a small smudging brush and go ahead and just kind of smudge it into that purple and just kind of get rid of any harshness. Alright, and then to finish this look up, I'm going to go ahead and do some winged eyeliner and throw on some lashes, and I will be right back. Alright you guys, and that is it. That is the finished look. I'm kind of feeling my evil witch fantasy with these dark purples, kind of feeling a little bit, you know, Sleeping Beauty, Enchanted kind of vibes with all this purple. But I'm into it, and these colors were definitely very, very easy to work with. The palette was very easy to work with. I didn't have any issues with any fallout. I didn't have issues with patchiness. I didn't have any issues with blendability, nothing like that. So as far as I know, the Bling Boss palette itself definitely gets 2 thumbs up for me. Like I said, I have not tried the other 3 palettes, so I cannot tell you how the formula is on those 3. However, I will be doing more videos in the future where I'm using all 3 of these. Well, all 4. Here's one, but we've got, you know, 3 more coming where I will be playing with these palettes, seeing how they work, seeing what kind of looks that we can create with the colors that are in them. I do think that the color, like the storylines of all these colors, are laid together pretty perfectly. There are some weird colors that are in here, like this purple is beautiful, but I don't think it goes with anything in this palette. I mean, it's a very unique color, and I think it needs to stand alone without any of the other purples and things like that. And there's a couple colors that are like that in the other palettes as well. But besides that, this overall was a pretty good palette. It was pretty easy to work with. I'm a fan, definitely gets 2 thumbs up. I said I didn't get to, you know, have the first vault, so I'm not entirely sure what the difference is between the formulas and the new and improved one, or if it is new and improved. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation behind that as well. But besides that, so far this gets 2 thumbs up for me. I'm definitely a fan of this. The Bling Boss one in general is very, very pretty easy to work with, and the other palettes felt exactly the same as far as the swatches. The formulas felt exactly the same, so I'm imagining that we're probably going to get the same type of look. I am curious. The next one that I'm going to do, I will be using one of the palettes with that olive green kind of color in it. It's a little patchy when I swatched it, so I'm really curious as to see how it plays on the eyes. So I will be doing one of those ones next. But besides that, you guys, that is it. That is my tutorial on the Bling Boss palette and the overview of the entire Vault collection. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful for you. I do have more videos coming in the future where I will be using all of the palettes, like I said. That way you guys can kind of, you know, figure out what looks you want to create, or if you are having issues with them, see if maybe I'm having the same issues. Not to be negative, but there's just a lot of speculation going on with these palettes, so just keeping it real. But anyways, you guys, that is it. Thank you for following along, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!